Now, I know you've heard of Habitat for Humanity and the good works those folks do, but did you know they can also save you money through donated goods they receive? Well, I recently paid their outlet a visit, and for me, it was a real eye-opener. I feel like I'm in the midst of organized chaos, but it's organized to the extent that even I can follow it. Who put this all together? Who set this up?
Well, Habitat for Humanity International came up with this concept, and it was a great way to help fund the mission of building homes and communities, but also it provided a service that some of the other thrift stores weren't focusing on. Thrift stores focus heavily on clothing, small home goods, but nobody was really focused on the furniture and the building material aspect. And so I think they saw an opportunity and began to kind of fan out across the United States. And so here in Tulsa, they established this in the early 90s, and it has just taken off. It's a huge piece of our business, and we have found that we have many loyal shoppers that love coming in here and finding these hidden treasures.
Well, I have to tell you, folks need to realize, and you pointed this out to me, anytime they make a purchase, that money goes toward building homes.
Absolutely. Running a retail store is no easy endeavor, and so it has to have a very definitive purpose. And so when people donate here, when they shop, and in fact when they volunteer in here, they're directly supporting our work of building homes in the Tulsa community.
How old is Habitat?
Habitat was established, I believe, in 1976, 77 in Americus, Georgia. And then here in Tulsa, this affiliate was established in 1988.
Jimmy Carter, former president, heavily involved, has been an incredible spokesman for Habitat and has drawn more attention to it than anyone I've seen nationwide.
He and his wife have really dedicated a lot of time to getting the message out, both here domestically and internationally, the work that Habitat is doing. And so there is no greater champion. I know as he and his wife are getting up there in age, it is really causing some concern who's going to take the torch and kind of carry the mantle. And so even in his late 90s, President Carter is still going out and doing an annual work project. I think they just completed one this last spring, so it's fantastic the awareness that he's drawn to Habitat.
I want to talk about all the things we see in here in just a couple of minutes, but let's assume for just a moment there's somebody out there that says, you know what, I'm a pretty darn good electrician. That's what I've done all my life, and I'd like to get involved. How do they do that?
Well, it's as easy as going to tulsahabitat.org. We have a volunteer tab at the top. Most people associate our volunteer opportunities with building houses, and we use thousands and thousands of volunteers every year to do that. But we utilize volunteers here in the ReStore. You know, if you have a real knack for something in the building industry or construction industry, we can take you, and we have an electrical room here. We could use some expertise. Likewise, we have an entire plumbing section with toilets and sinks and bathtubs. And so, you know, we will use the opportunity to draw on expertise from the community. And so there are awesome ways for you to give back. Everything from helping us kind of understand what we're getting through the door. A lot of times we get some highly technical material, and we have to go to the internet to in fact find out what we're dealing with. So.
Well, in walking through, I've been amazed at everything here. And as a matter of fact, we're going to get some shots of one thing in particular that I've noticed. You've got some cast iron doors back there. I have no idea what kind of house those would go on, but certainly they had to come off of something.
Well, it goes to the old adage that one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Sure.
And we are continually surprised by the variety of items we get in here. Oftentimes we will see somebody that goes in and purchases a very nice home, and they decide they would like to immediately redo the kitchen. And we have had entire Sub-Zero kitchens and Viking branded kitchen material come in that's brand new, never used. Yeah. And we're just so fortunate that they think of us as a way to both donate, they get a tax benefit for that donation, but ultimately we turn around and then sell that material to somebody. And then even on the remodeling side, when folks are remodeling kitchens, bathrooms, doing home repair projects, this is a fantastic way to keep their costs down. They're not having to pay to haul away this material, and we're actually doing it a sustainable way. We're keeping this material out of the landfill. And so many things in here have a second, third, fourth home, and there is useful life in this material. And so we're excited to kind of play a piece in that cycle, but ultimately the revenue generated off of that is building homes.
Let's go into some of the things that you, in fact, just mentioned. You have all sorts of plumbing things, if you will, as you said, from toilets to walk-in bathtubs to tubs themselves. You have tools. You have anything that would really be of benefit to a plumber or a plumbing company here. Do you get many plumbing companies that come by?
Oh, absolutely. From time to time, we'll have contractors just in general that have finished up a large job, or over the year they have accumulated a lot of remnant parts off of jobs, and so they're just trying to make space in their warehouse or in their shop. And so they will come in, and we have electrical contractors that do this as well, and we will just get a hodgepodge of random parts. But for the shopper that wants to come and do a little digging, save a ton of money and find something and take the time, a lot of times we have what you're looking for. So roofing contractors, electrical, HVAC, we're just so pleased with all the things that we get throughout the year.
Lights. Everywhere I look in one section, in fact, you've got a room in the back, a rather large one, lights of all stripes, hanging chandeliers, lights that shoot up, lights that shoot from the side. Man, you got a light collection. And plus in here, in the big room, we have a number of lights hanging that's just kind of a precursor, a tease to that room. Specialty outfits?
Well, we certainly have a tremendous amount of lighting fixtures. You know, one of the things I've noticed being married for nearly 20 years is that's something that is easy to change out and relatively inexpensive, and it can change the look of a room or your home. And so we get a significant amount of fixtures that come in. And like I said, you know, for shoppers that are looking for a bargain, or for a lot of our customers, they own rental property. And so when they're thinking about going back in with something and they're on a tight budget, this is a perfect place to source a new fan, a new bathroom fixture, vent fan, anything in that realm. Typically we'll have it in stock.
I'm kind of curious about one element you've got up there. I have no idea where it's going to be used, how it will be used. It's a rather large wooden horse. Give me the story on that.
Well, I know that it was donated. I don't know the entire backstory, but it is a handmade custom. We have kind of lovingly called it our own little Trojan horse here. And so, in fact, we've got a couple of nonprofits that are animal-centered that have expressed an interest in that. So I think we're going to make a home at another local Tulsa nonprofit here sooner rather than later.
So if you want to see it, you better come by now.
Absolutely.
We've got a few pictures we're running. Anything else unusual that somebody might come by and take a look at?
Well, we get antique stoves, antique refrigerators all the time. And it's really nice because the customer base we have value shoppers, we have landlords with a lot of rental property, but we also have folks that I kind of lovingly call our pickers, and they're coming in here. We are definitely not antiques experts, but I will tell you, we get a significant amount of donations of very, very nice material. In fact, we got an entire set of furniture recently that was from the Mayo brothers. And prior to the Mayo Hotel, they had a furniture company, and we had an original beautiful set that came out of what was the Mayo Hotel prior to its latest renovation. And so there are all sorts of little finds, and we have a group of folks, kind of a tight-knit group of customers that come in almost on a daily basis to see what is coming out. And I think we've actually got a couple of shoppers that have some resale shops of their own, and so they come in here, they find something that they know has some significant value and some life in it, and so they'll take it, refinish it, and then resell it.
I came across one antique cooking stove back there that just knocked me out when I saw it, because the last time I saw a stove like that was my great-grandmother in her kitchen. And it's a gas stove. I mean, it's a tremendous antique, and it looks like it came right out of the showroom.
Absolutely, and I'm, like I said, the amount of things that come through our door every day. Today, this table we're sitting at, tomorrow it may not be here, and that's how quickly the inventory turns over. Yeah. And so we're just so thankful for the amount of donors and donations that we receive every day, because without that, we cannot fund our work.
Well, listen, I want to thank you for taking time to talk with us, and I want to thank Habitat for Humanity for all the good that they're doing and the services they provide to not only our community, but communities all across the United States. And thank you for taking time to visit with us.
Absolutely, we appreciate it.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.